Hello, it's Jakers again. It's been a long while, my loyal 10 subscribers. So I decided to do a playthrough of a game that I kind of enjoy. It's buggy, to be honest, and there's a few issues here and there, and I think all the characters are assholes. But well, you know. As you can guess, I've already tried the game out. I've pretty much got near to the end, but there was a quite a hindering bug where I couldn't speak to a certain character because he didn't spawn in the right place, and it would not allow me to, you know, interact with him, even though that was my main quest. Well, it wasn't my main quest that would benefit the main quest. And I felt like I screwed up so many times already that I needed to do that right. But, you know, to no avail. So, what I've decided to do is do another playover, a new save, and on an easier difficulty, just because I fucking hate the combat on this game. It's quite grueling. I guess it's supposed to be, but you know, they have a go at me because I killed all the mercenaries. You know, I had no other choice. It was kill them or they'd murder me. So, you know. Ah well. Okay, let's get started. So I'm gonna go and begin new universe. I'm gonna go first time. Actually, before I do that, I'll show you the options because everyone loves options. Obviously, you can play with a controller. To be honest, it's quite difficult to use. I don't know why, but for some reason I can't look around. I can move forward, it's sideways, but I can't look around. So I prefer playing this with the mouse because the mouse is superior in this game. And you've got keyboard and mouse settings. You can obviously edit everything, which is kind of handy. You got all of this, which is just as handy. A developer console, but I won't touch that, I'm not smart enough. Obviously you have a decent amount, I'd say, of video options, which is good, man. This game isn't too, you know, how do you say, heavy on the machinery. It's quite a simple game, simple pretty game with shitty animations, so you can run it on allegedly high. At the moment I'm running it in a window at this resolution just because it fits my TV better. Sorry for silence, I'm just texting someone because I am super popular like that. Anyway, back to the game. Who needs reality? Anyway, and we got audio, and I set on headphones just because I don't want feedback while I'm playing the game and it comes through the mic. Plus my speakers are incredibly bassy, and at this time of night it's kind of awkward because it wakes up everyone and then I'm in big trouble. Anyway, so onwards to the game, on begin new universe because there's apparently lots of parallel universes. So agree, you can read that. There's more info. I'll slow it down. So you can pause it if you wish to read it. Not sure why, because everyone knows you just walk into scams blindly because that's the fashion these days. Alright. And now through the trippy matrix. Alright, it's sort of, you know, this usual gimmick. You don't know which way's up, so you sort of walk forward, you fall down because apparently invisible platforms, and then you climb up into this tunnel because it's amazing. And this is the game. It's like a trippy. Don't know if you can hear the voices in the background. occasionally it would tell you things like Seeker and Protect Us and all that. It's kind of confusing, and the screen is always going to be sort of static deal, just because, you know, why not. Anyway, so we're going to slowly walk up to this creepy black man. Yes.
Children are eagerly awaiting the Seeker's arrival. Throughout most of the UK, there will be all officers to mission operations, followed by 20 centimeters of snow. Here at home, we're facing one hell of a storm front.
Alright, so we're in someone's room at the moment, and there's a storm.
Early this morning at the port of Felixstowe, 21 workers were found dead in a cargo container ship. The ship had initiated auto-docking procedures, and emergency personnel on site reported finding no survivors aboard.
Lights.
21
Much
dead.
better. Not so sorry.
See
to
this?
wait
Okay, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to stop that because those subtitles are... You know, I'll just put the master volume up, but those subtitles are also bugged. There's a lot of bugs in this game, but I love the game. It's imperfect, beautiful. So okay, at least
by authorities. And that's the latest from here in London. I'm Malcolm Thomas.
Worried? No, Bishop. There's nothing to worry about. Not
She's
unless
actually a
you're
bitch.
afraid of a couple crummy American F-35s, piloted by a group of washed-up mercenaries. A few more bad apples who wish the war never ended.
I'm going to turn it up a little bit more. There we go.
It's just another day in the Constortium.
As you can see, there's a little timeout. So, you know, it depends on how fast you are, the reactions you get from the characters.
To escort us through Bulgaria. It's a long story, but let's just say the leader of this particular crew has a very strong disliking for our way of doing things. He likes to think he's doing the people of Bulgaria a service by pestering us, but really, they're as fed up with him as the K and I are.
Okay, so they tend to distrust you if you act like an ignorant bastard. So the best tactic you have is try to seem intelligent as possible. So I will do the top one.
What? You just say, "Tell me more," and I'm supposed to jump.
Oh, you see, I told you.
If you want to know more about him, search for Kirill Angelov in any of the ship information consoles. That's Kiril. Or go and talk to the K.
Alright, I better keep my mouth shut.
So let's get you suited up and ready to kick some homeless arse. Here are your basic Constortium tools. You got your PCU, BUS and assault helmet, all specifically tailored to fit you nice and snug.
I'll say thank you, because
Hey,
she's a
no
bitch.
problem. Now, Pawn 7 and I have some CCU maintenance to take care of in the lower crawl. Feel free to wander the ship and meet your new crew, or maybe hit up the virtual trainer and complete your Bishop training scenario. The VT is at the end of the hall, next to the elevator. Oh, and don't forget to go and get your CMC from the K. You can find her in mission operations, at the end of the hall, to your right.
Alright, basically how the ranking system works in the Consortium, which is pretty much the same name as a stationary company. No, yeah, let's lock that, because that seems important.
Good afternoon, sleepyhead.
Hello,
Yes, Bishop? What can I do for you?
I would like a conversation. Just saying
And
hi.
hello again to you. Oh, and Merry Christmas.
Oh, it's Christmas. I forgot about that. And
I suppose the information console could be considered fun, unless you're like me and have already read everything on it 20 times over. Maybe try talking to Rook 9 in the cockpit. That's always an adventure. I like to work. If I've got nothing to do, then I'll find a job or ask Rook 9. Every minute of this gig is like taking a long, scented steam bath. Others, though, you'll usually find off-duties down in the barracks with their heads in VR decks.
oh, the plane's shaking. Yes, this is a plane, by the way. Just putting it out there.
It's not like the Constortium supplies them. You really didn't bring your own deck? Well then, welcome to the club. Oh, I was just checking on something for Rook 9. He's a little concerned because we can't seem to track Angelov's location of transmit. Usually Zenlil can pinpoint where he's contacting us from, but not today. Well, I couldn't find anything wrong, and Rook 9 doesn't seem too worried. It's probably just a system overlap, or a lingering issue from our last repair. Everything. Most of them consist of every variety scientist you could imagine.
See, I'm
and they
acting
monitor and
interested
investigate
right
issues
now.
related to their particular field. And then there's some like myself, who are Wade's slaves. Or engineers, if you like. We keep Zenlil going and all systems flowing.
Interesting.
Anyway, if you don't mind, I have to go check in with Rook 9 now. Hey, and try to avoid Pawn 1 if you want to keep from screaming at someone on your first day.
I mean, basically the ranking system goes like this. Oh, that's loud. The pawns aren't like the grunts. They are the expendable people, the sacrificial pawns. There are a lot of them, and then you got the rooks, which are lieutenants. I'm guessing they run different departments. So you got Rook 9, who is the captain of the plane, who flies the plane and covers most of the engineering problems. Then you got another Rook, that blonde one, who covers the the main engineering and all the engineering personnel. And then there's another Rook who covers medical, I believe. And then you have the Knight, who is basically the Picard of this ship / plane. And also you have the King and Queen, obviously, who are basically the General Colonel. They basically lead the Consortium. And then you also have the Bishops, which is me. And the Bishops are supposedly elite. Elite bodyguards, I'm assuming, who are basically Master Chiefs, because we get to wear this armor. And anyway, let's continue. I'm sorry if the frame rates are spazzing out for you. This is Blueberry recording at its best, I'm afraid.
6. Welcome to mission operations.
Here's the bitch,
First
the queen
things
bitch.
first, here is your Consortium mind communicator. Please, just call it a CMC. Hearing Consortium mind communicator over and over just gives me a headache. Consortium officers only need to think what we'd like to say to each other, and the CMC will do the rest. Let him sweat it out. Maybe he'll lose interest and go away.
Angelov has done this plenty of times before. Once we clear Bulgarian airspace, he'll scamper off to whatever cave he crawled out of.
Second one.
Using at times. Mostly, though, he's a pig.
The second one.
Not this time, 6. No offense, but I don't exactly know you very well just yet. And the last thing I need is
I like
another
how
couple
she's
of deaths on my
expressing
conscience.
while she's thinking towards me. Okay,
Only a
query
month
that.
ago, we came across Kirill and his men, exactly as now. Angelov and Bishop 8, your predecessor, got into a fairly violent spitting match. Against my orders, 8 took control of manual weapons and shot down 2 of Angelov's men. A week later, he retired.
And this is the first time we've seen Angelov since.
Oh dear.
That man is crazier than a shithouse rat.
He was definitely a little rough around the edges, but he always got the job done. Revenge? It would take another 200 of those F-35s to even scratch us. They're a level 2 threat, which means the king is well aware of what Angelov is capable of.
If you know that much, then you also know the king is looking into it.
It's really nothing to worry about.
We'll see.
Yes, B. Just sit back and relax now. You're supposed to enjoy your first day.
Okay, Six, before you move on to something else, I wanted you to officially meet Rook 9, Captain of Zenlil.
G'day, B. Glad to have you here with us. And the name is actually Wade. Just stick to Wade. Lay off the Rook 9 nonsense, eh? Once the boss deals with our friend Angelov here, come and see me in the cockpit. I got some extra rare scotch I've been itching to share with someone.
Oh.
With he gone, I really miss having someone to drink with.
Wade! Just stop right there, please. He's only kidding, Six. Or at least he better be.
So hey, all kidding aside, give me just a few minutes to finish up this diagnostic, then I'd like to get a look at you in person.
For now, I want you to walk around a little and meet your new crew. Most of them are eager to meet you.
I rather avoid the virtual training just because I hate that fucking
I'm a
thing.
little busy right now.
He's still just a little sore over Bishop 8 leaving us. Like a big baby.
It's not funny, sir. You deserve better, much better. Bishop, I simply don't think you're right for this post.
I'll say
I
nothing.
only wanted you to know my opinion, Bishop, and publicly. I'll be quiet now.
I'm sorry about him. Don't let it bother you. He's been rather attached to Bishop 8 since 8 saved his life the 4th or 5th time. You could say that. He was well liked by most of the crew, but between you and I, it was his time to move on. His incredible luck was running out.
I see. What about you?
Hey, hi. How are you? Oh my gosh. You're Bishop 6. Oh, it's amazing to meet you. Did you know that the old Bishop 6 left the Constortium early 2040? Yep, he just up and left. He's a stay-at-home dad now. Go figure. He lives in Florida with his wife and his 2 kids. Beautiful family. Beautiful, beautiful family. Love them. Yep, Pawn 12, David Benedict, at your service. Well, not literally at your service, unless you want me to be, because I could be at your service, although, you know, nothing that goes over the line. But, you want me to get you some coffee? Sure, why not?
Sure.
Done!
Whoa, 12. Wait, just 1 second. Did the bishop here just ask you to get him coffee?
Oh, well, yeah, he did. But I don't mind. I don't mind, really. I don't.
I don't care if you think it's the greatest job in the world to wipe his ass. Sit down now.
Oops.
Seriously, Six. Try to remember
sorry,
that my
Bishop.
pawns are not your personal servants.
Let's try this person. Nope. Let's go upstairs, and there should be people around here.
My sister's going as well. She's never been to the theater before.
Being a hologram in the seats, it doesn't really count as going to the theater, does it?
At least it gives her some culture
Oh
for
my
a
god,
change.
those eyes.
Something better than the hours she spends in that VR world she calls a life.
Hey now, that VR world makes her happy, no?
I don't know. I just don't see the appeal of living your life like that. It's not really living.
Tell her that to the millions of wireheads out there. Hey, buon pomeriggio.
Oh, sorry. Should I be nosy?
Have you
Yes.
not heard about the new patch for VR Sports? Playhouses are putting holo seating in now. They're all over Broadway, and they're only a few weeks from going live. Really?
Top one.
How far in the bush have you been lately? Several major Broadway stage locations have set up holo seats of their own now, exactly as VR Sports have done in sports arenas.
So Pawn 51 here got herself into the alpha testing at the palace. It's for the new one, the Dreamer Traveler. Have you heard of it? Oh,
There you go.
it's one of the better sci-fi stage shows out there, about a man who travels between the parallel universes through the dreams of people in his life. Whew, it's a pretty wild stuff.
Alright, the top
As
one.
the title suggests, we monitor global operations. Everything that happens inside our grid comes through this room.
It's our job to sort through it all and ensure that treaties and alliances are held up. The king does most of the work, but we like to think we help.
This reference a British show.
Big Brother? What do you mean?
1984, the novel. No. Hey, you're making me feel so old sometimes. And the bishop? Yes, I guess we are a little like a bigger brother. But in a good way. We are always out there, and we're always watching.
Each of the 5 Consortium C-3800 vessels have their own list of supporting entities to monitor, and in most cases, police. So all that landmass or orbital territory is what we call our grid.
Ooh.
That's news to you, is it? Okay, then yeah, we can enter space.
And we also monitor several of the more multinational space stations, Zeus being the biggest. We've even been to the moon colony a few times.
Oh, here we go.
Damn, this is pretty... I want to say serious, but I'm going to go with odd. The thing on London docks in Felixstowe, a ship that showed up with a bunch of corpses. The London police weren't releasing many details to the public, but now they're spilling everything to us in a TS packet.
And it's a lot to go through.
1 second. Yes, it's because... What the hell?
The 21 people were shot to death with AK-47 rifles? If that's not enough, the bullet casings found all date back to... You're not gonna believe this. 2013. This doesn't make any sense. That's long obsolete weaponry firing bullets from before the war.
I'm sorry, Bishop, but the king has made this a priority. We need to concentrate.
Alrighty. Anyway, that's the 20-minute mark, roundabout. So I'm going to leave it at that. Hopefully this video is alright. It will improve as I go along and experiment with the new software. So goodbye, and goodbye. Oh, why?